Hello, it is 5:45 p.m. that is, and I am in the room where I hang my yarn to dry. I still had 12 skeins plus 4 for the excess dye to rinse out from yesterday evening, but I'm still a little not feeling awesome from my osteopath treatment from yesterday. So it was a bit too heavy for me to lift all the skeins and the pans and everything. So Rob helped me out. He rinsed the yarn, and once it was in the spin dryer, I was okay to do the rest myself. But 12 plus 4 skeins to rinse, that is quite a job. I say 12 plus 4 because I had 12 skeins in the pans and they didn't exhaust completely. So yesterday, when I told you that I was not entirely happy with how it turned out, I started the pans again. I checked the level of my pH and I added 1 skein to each pan to soak up the excess dye. But it was really crowded in the pan, so the extra skeins were against the other ones on one side and against the side of the pan on the other side. So I did move it around a little, but they came out quite interesting. So, and they will be one of a kind, of course. I have 1 in DK, 1 in merino, and 2 in settle. And yeah, it's quite interesting to see. I'm going to show what I'm looking at when I look up. There is the blackie on the merino base. Here is a red on the merino base. This is blackie on the DK weight base. And then we have my Met Appeltjes colorway on the DK weight base. And here you see the 4 skeins that soaked up the excess dye. But it's so interesting to see how they soaked it up differently, because the 2 middle ones are settle and the left one is a DK weight and the right one is a merino base. So that was quite interesting to see what is happening there. Like I said, they will be one of a kind and they will not be showcased on the website, because that would simply be too much work to make pictures and put them on the website. So these kind of skeins only go with me to fairs and yarn shows and markets. Good evening. Well, you can see it's not dark yet, but we are well on the way. It is past 7 already. I have had such a lovely day. Esther, a friend of mine, came to knit, and we don't see each other very often. It is not like we live 10 minutes apart. It is a little over an hour. But we had a lovely day, and she did not only come to knit, she brought me 2, not 1, 2 new project bags. This is the first one. It is so pretty. It has a boxed bottom and a drawstring and a D-ring here for some stitch markers or well, whatever you want to clip on this. And I am going to find myself a project to put in here. It is so, so pretty. And this one. Look how cute with the little monkeys and the palm trees. I love it. I picked this one. She showed me several ones. She is really on a project bag frenzy. And but then later on she showed this one, and I said that I really like this one as well. So she brought both of them for me. I will put her the link to her Instagram and Facebook in the show notes. If you are looking for a nice project bag, you might want to check her out. She is not in any way a web shop in project bags. She has a day job, but she does enjoy making project bags. I have been taking the next present out of the big book of swap yarn, and this time there is a sparkle yarn in here. Do you see it? Yeah, and Apollo is here as well. Yeah, hello Poopy. A sparkle, so a yawn and a meow at the same time. There's a stitch marker again, really nice. And uploading the vlog took forever today. I kind of forgot the vlog this morning. I forgot to edit it. And then I spent the day with Esther, and then I had to edit the vlog after she left. And I was uploading it to YouTube. And then I went upstairs. Well, you saw the little clip at the beginning where I was telling about the yarn and how Rob helped me rinse it. And that was all during the time that the vlog was uploading to YouTube, but it took forever. So I just put it live. I will try and be a better vlogger again tomorrow. I have been knitting just a little bit on my scrappy sock. I put in a new stitch marker. I was about here, maybe a little lower, but just a few rounds. And in the next strip of color, in the next stripe, sorry, I need to add the heel. So I need to see that I keep it going. We'll see. Let's talk about Kirsty's sweater, the mouwen for Kirsty. Well, Apollo, you are a little in the way, and my cat does not speak English. So, Kirsty's sweater. I finished the first ruffle, and I was talking to Esther, and I said I would like to add a little more weight at the end of the ruffle so that it falls down. And I had been thinking about ending it with a few rounds of merino, but I was in doubt because of how it would look. And then Esther suggested that I should do one strand of merino and one strand of mohair. And that's what I did. I knitted one round in pattern. So knit through the back loop, purl, with the strand of merino and mohair. And then I did the sewn bind off, and it is stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. It turned out so nice. And then we were looking at it, and she said, wow, it would also be really nice with just one ruffle, and then maybe a short sleeve that peeps out. So I sent Kirsty a message and she did not want the inner sleeve to pop out, but we can check that Saturday. The problem is that this ruffle used up exactly half of the mohair I have. Half. I was very confused about that because in my opinion, mohair lasts forever when you are knitting. So I was kind of surprised that, and I did use a double strand of mohair, of course, but I was kind of surprised that I already used up half. If you see this, this would also be so cute. So I'm going to look at this sweater with Kirsty. If I flip the ruffle to the outside, you can see I have a tiny part of the inner sleeve already. I think I'm going to put this on pause until she arrives this weekend, so we can check it out together. But I might decide to make this pattern the summer version with the short sleeves and only one ruffle. And since I think I'm really happy with how I did with picking up the stitches, doubling the amount of stitches when starting the ruffle, the sewn bind off, the knit through the back loop purl. I absolutely love everything about this project. So it would be really easy to start a new one with long sleeves and all three of the ruffles. I'm going to put this on pause until Saturday or Sunday. She will come home on Saturday and she will stay until Monday. Then we are going to check it out. But in this whole process of coming up with a new design, I was also thinking, instead of the mohair, 100% silk would also be an option, because that has a huge amount of drape. Then I thought, how cool would it be to do one strand of silk and one strand of mohair? So I keep coming up with new ideas and new ways to extend this pattern. So I can't wait until she gets home and that we get to look at it together. We already lost the light, but I showed this earlier, the silk. I have two colors with the DK merino that I dyed earlier this week or past weekend. And it's so beautiful. I don't know if I would want to go for so many different shades in a sweater like this. I think that a sweater like this should, the design should be the thing to shine, and not so much the yarn. Of course, you are going to use very pretty yarn, but you don't have to do much with the yarn because the design by itself is already special and pretty and beautiful. So, okay, so that you will see this again before this 14 vlog series is over. Right before dinner, I was checking Ravelry and I saw that clue 3 of the mystery knit along the line dance by Paper Daisy Creations dropped. And I'm going to move that into one of my pretty new bags. And I'm going to knit a little on clue 3. Because that feels like a really good idea. Oh, and I received mail yesterday. 2 years ago, I designed 4 sock designs for my board members. When I was leaving the board, I all gave them a sock design, especially designed for them. And this is sock Yolanda. And I talked to Yolanda when I was at the interview 75 years celebration in Evoluon. And she said, oh, my socks have holes in them. And, well, she was disappointed. This one's even worse because here's a second one starting. And I said, oh, just send it to me and I will see if I can fix them. But to be honest, if I look at the sole of this, it is quite thin in several places. Sometimes I never have holes in my socks, but I don't walk around on just my socks. I have my Birkenstocks, and as soon as I come home and take off my shoes, I put on my Birkenstocks. If you walk on a hard floor in your house on just your socks might wear a little faster. So I'm going to think about this for a little while. I don't have a leftover of this yarn. At least not that I found it. I know the yarn. It's Limo Gimo. I won it in a swap years ago, and it was just 75-25 merino nylon. So excellent sock yarn. On the other hand, it has been 2.5 years since I gifted these socks. And if someone wears them a lot, then of course they wear. Yolanda loves red. So I just might knit her a new pair. Because I'm not sure if these can be saved. Well, I could try, of course. What would you do? Would you try and fix these, or... Since I never wear holes in my socks, I don't think I ever had to repair. So, that would be a good practice, right? Okay, so I am going to leave you for now. I'm going to knit on the line dance and put it in one of my new project bags. And I will see you again tomorrow. Happy knitting, happy crafting, happy whatever you love to do. And I will see you tomorrow. Bye bye.